What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique. I'm a fight guy, a Forbes contributor, and I also write for Heavy.com. And we are powered by Fight TV and presented by Bet Online. And it is time to talk UFC 250 predictions. Been going through every single last fight on this card. All right, our next one, we're getting down to it. We are getting down to the nitty gritty of this card. And I mean, this one here, you want to talk about tough to call. Aljamain Sterling against Cory Sandhagen was tough to call. Number 2 bantamweight against the number 4 bantamweight in the division. Excellent fight. Such an appropriate matchup right now. You can make the argument Aljamain Sterling should have had a title shot. You certainly can. And if you're saying that, I don't think that you're wrong. But this is a really good fight. I don't think, striking is not Aljamain's strong suit. Has he gotten better there? Yes, he has. But his basis and his main thing is he's a grappler. He's a good wrestler. He's a good submissions guy. In this fight, though, he has given up some serious height to Sandhagen. So, and if you look at it, Sandhagen's a better striker, I think, anyway. So you're going against a guy who is better technically as a striker than you are, and he's 4 inches taller. That could be a problem. Even though, here's one thing to keep in mind. He's giving up 4 inches in height, but Aljamain Sterling's arms are still longer, which we've seen that sometimes in some of these bouts. So I don't know. I think that Sterling can potentially negate some of that length. But then when you think about the length and just put that bare and raw, you're forgetting the fact of how much movement Cory Sandhagen implements. Cory Sandhagen fights like a tall Dominic Cruz in the amount of east-west movement that he utilizes. He uses a lot of different unorthodox types of attacks, and I've seen it give a lot of people some problems. And to have a possibility of really outstriking Cory Sandhagen, I think you got to really bring some power in your game, similar to the way John Lineker did against him. Their fight was really close because Sandhagen picked Lineker apart on the feet, but Lineker had the great equalizer with the strikes and the power, and he ended up hurting Sandhagen in the third. Sandhagen held on and still got the victory from the judges, but that was a part of it that shakes. I just don't think that Aljamain Sterling brings that type of power into this fight so that he can shift the striking in his direction. Now on the ground, Aljamain Sterling may have a slight advantage, but I don't think that it's significant enough against Sandhagen, because Sandhagen's also very good on the ground. Cory Sandhagen could be a future champion at 135. Aljamain could be as well, but Sandhagen definitely has the skills, the look, the frame, the whole nine. So for me, I think that Sandhagen should win the striking advantages here, and I don't think that Sterling has him outclassed enough on the ground to pull this out. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Cory Sandhagen winning it by unanimous decision. I don't think he stops Aljamain. I think it's possible he catches him with something big like Marlon Moraes caught Sterling. But ultimately, no, I think Sandhagen gets this victory by unanimous decision. This is a slight underdog pick because Aljamain Sterling right now is a -115 favorite and Cory Sandhagen's a -105 underdog. But by the time weigh-ins happen and the whole nine, there is a chance that Sterling, Sandhagen could surpass him. We have to see what happens on Friday and all of that. But nonetheless, I'm going with Sandhagen win this one by a unanimous decision in a fight that I think is going to be really interesting to watch for a lot of people.